Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. So we're going to put together another odds and ends video. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done one of these, and quite honestly, we've got a good stack of viewer mail that has come in over the last couple of weeks that we need to get through and show off to people. Let you see what's come in. I know a lot of you guys out there really enjoy seeing this. Some of you guys not so much, but we're going to continue doing it, and because I think we need to let people see particularly their items that they send in. That's the main reason we're doing it. But also a lot of you comment that you get to see tools that you really may not have known what they were until you see them here. So it's a learning experience, hopefully, for some people. A couple of comments. Number one, this last weekend and this coming weekend, I'm shooting this on a Friday. This video will probably go up on Sunday morning. But you know, I really haven't been able to get out in the shop. Had things going on with my family and everything else. So last Saturday, my oldest daughter, who's a senior in high school, this is her senior year, and she, I've mentioned this before, she shoots competitively, precision air rifle with a high school team. Actually, our high school has a precision air rifle team, and she participates with that. She's actually a very good shooter, one of the top shooters in the state, as a matter of fact, which I'm very proud of as a dad. But this last Saturday, they had the state competition, state championship for the Georgia High School Sports Association, where basically the teams that qualified to go got to go to Fort Benning down in Columbus, Georgia, U.S. Army base. Where they have, and Fort Benning is where the Army Marksmanship Unit is located, and they have absolutely fantastic shooting ranges down there. And the Army and Fort Benning and the Army Marksmanship Unit basically each year open this up to the Georgia High School Association to have their state championship match. So we were actually at Fort Benning this last weekend participating in that. And I've got a couple of pictures I shot. I didn't take any video there. I didn't want to be too disruptive, but I did take some pictures. Most of these were during sight-in periods and was actually not during the actual competition, but as they were getting ready. But anyway, I'll kind of let those scroll through and kind of see what all's involved in that. It's a pretty interesting sport. These kids are shooting Olympic grade air rifles, literally the same rifles they shoot in the Olympics. These air rifles are extremely adjustable. It's amazing how many adjustment points where you basically mold that rifle to fit the shooter. And anyway, the air rifles, they're $3,000–4,000 a piece. I mean, they're insanely expensive, at least in my book. So, and then all the other gear they have to wear as well. But anyway, she did very well. Of course, the competition was extremely steep at this particular event. But she did perform very well, as did their team, and they had a great weekend shooting at Fort Benning. So anyway, with that going on, I wasn't in the shop last weekend, obviously, and also being Easter last weekend, we had family in on Sunday, and after church, we got together at my in-laws with my sister-in-law and her family, and basically spent the day up there, and then been basically back working again all week. This coming weekend, again, I'm shooting this on Friday, so by the time you see this, will be the past weekend, but another shooting event. So been involved over the last probably 15 years with the Georgia 4-H shooting program, and they have their annual BB championship, state championship, going on at Rock Eagle 4-H Center up in Eatonton, Georgia this weekend. And for probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 years now, I don't remember how long, I have been serving as the chief statistical officer, basically in charge of all the scoring. So this is the world's largest BB match. So this is for kids between about 5th grade up to, I think, 8th grade. That are able to shoot in the BB competition, and they're shooting a Daisy 499 BB gun, which is advertised to be the world's most accurate BB gun. For what that's worth, the BB gun isn't very accurate, but it's amazing what these kids can do with BB guns. We usually have between about 550 and 650 competitors competing at this 4-H event, and you can imagine scoring all the targets for that, and it's a day-long event, so I'll probably be wiped out. Usually we start shooting I think around 9:30 in the morning. They usually finish shooting sometime in the mid-afternoon, and then we usually have the awards banquet around 9 or 10 o'clock that night. It takes us that long to process all those targets and scores. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing this weekend. So no shop content. So enough on the shooting and some of my exploits. We do want to get back into odds and ends video here, but I know some of you guys like to know what's going on and, with other things that I do as well. So there you go. So content for this video, obviously we got a lot of viewer mail. Also going to do a couple of updates. A lot of people have been asking about the Vance planer matcher, and we've kind of been at a standstill on that, waiting to get something to power that thing up, to get it turning, to try it out. We're sitting down at the shop, and I tell you what, I'm just going to go to the little footage I shot the other day and kind of let you know where we are on that, and hopefully we're going to get this resolved very soon, where we can continue on with the Vance planer matcher project. So everybody keeps asking about the Vance matcher and getting an update on it, and what's been holding us up is this little tractor right here. So we've been wanting to use this because it has this flat belt power takeoff, so we can actually put a belt on that and belt up the matcher where it's at and test it out before we actually carry it out and put it on site. So this tractor is I think about a 1930 something model John Deere B, if I remember right. I know they made these Bs on up in the years. I think this is I want to say a 34. I need to look the serial number up probably on it, but they told us that this actually came from the college, Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, who now actually runs the museum and has the museum. This was a restoration project done by the students many years ago, and they've used it on the college for all kinds of stuff, but so they were having problems with it overheating, and we thought there was some issues with the radiator, so we came in here today and pulled the radiator out. So I think, though, what's really causing the problem is all this gunk that's in here. It was just absolutely full of this sludge, and the radiator's full of it. So anyway, we've got the radiator off. We're going to carry it to a radiator shop, let them flush it out, clean it up real good, make sure there's not any leaks in the radiator, make sure everything's working good, and hopefully put it back on, and this tractor should be running, and we can fix the Vance. So here's the serial number. It's B103229, and I'll look that up and put the actual date on the screen once I can confirm that. And here's the radiator itself pulled out, and we're going to take this up and get it checked out, have him again flush it, clean it, figure out what needs to be done to it, if anything. And next here is the Victor Safe. Wasn't really worth doing a whole nother video. All I basically have done now is put the red pinstripe on the front, but the painting on this is really almost complete. I haven't shot the clear coat on there yet. Just haven't had time to do that, but that's kind of the next step. And haven't got the carpet on the inside yet. I just haven't had time to go looking for that with traveling for work this past week or so. So we got to do that, and then of course finish the dial up. And for the dial, you know, we're going to do another casting project, and I've been waiting to get my new furnace built, and that project there has really been on stall. But this coming week, I'm going to be traveling on the road and going to actually be over near where I can get some refractory, which is what I need. Been waiting to kind of find. So hopefully I'm going to be able to pick that up this week, and we'll be able to start working on the furnace again real soon. But the safe is coming along. I really like the red accent of the pinstripe going around there, and you can see I kind of did some embellishments there in the corner, kind of looking at some of the pictures online. Anyway, I just kind of hand painted those in. Not much of an artist, but I think it looks okay. But anyway, I'm really excited about how the safe's turning out. It's really turning into a really nice piece that I'm excited to be able to have. I'm going to be able to use here pretty soon. So up first here, we got a box that came in from Bill Nebergall. Bill is from up in Canton, Illinois, and he told me he had just kind of picked up some miscellaneous things. I want to say he maybe got some of the stuff on eBay and some lots of tools that he has bought and wanted to pass some along because he didn't really have a need for them. So first is a tailstock wrench. Not sure exactly what machine that came off of. It could have been a lot of different ones. Let's see what size that is. That is about 1 1/8 inch, it looks like, for 1 1/8 inch nut. Anyway, if anybody has a need for that, let me know. We might work out some trading or something, but nice. Another wrench here. This one looks like a little user-made item. And yet another wrench. This one here. I thought I saw Armstrong on here, but I don't see it now. But it looks like 1 inch on one side and square head on the other. That looks like about 1/2 inch. Let's see what it measures. So yeah, that's 1/2 inch, just a tad over, so it'll fit over. So these were used on lathes, the old lantern tool post a lot. So this right here would usually tighten the nut on the top of the lantern tool post, and this would tighten up the set screws that held your cutter in the lantern tool post. So anyway, these were, again, both of these are lathe tools, and I have no idea what that would have gone to. So another item in here, there's kind of some mixed content. So some of you guys might tell me what this is. It says Ideal, Sycamore, Illinois. I've been to Sycamore, Illinois before. Not quite sure what that is. So the front here, you can loosen up, and it's got little serrations in there to position that anywhere you want. It looks like that's some kind of cutter in there. Although I don't think that's it's not high-speed steel, it bent. But it looks like it may have been a cutter for cutting something, I don't know. So some of you guys may know what that is and can properly identify it. In fact, I'm sure some of you will know what it is. Let's see, next one here. I believe that's some kind of punch. I'm not sure the exact application. I don't see any names or markings on there. But again, if you know what that is, for exactly, let me know. It's obviously some type of a punch. You would hit this end, I think, and it was knurled to hold it. And anyway, that's what I'm guessing, but exactly what, I don't know. And then the last thing he sent was kind of neat here. This is a little ratchet wrench. Chicago Manufacturing Distributing Company, patented March 10, 1914. And it's got a hex in here, and you could flip it over depending on which way you wanted to go with it. But then it also came with a bunch of individual sockets. So this is kind of, I guess, the precursor to the modern socket wrench. So that's a 3/4, and that would fit on there. And of course you could go to town, flip that over, go the other way. And he sent me several different sizes here. So let's see. Anyway, there's one. There's another hex. So we got some hexes in here. And then what I thought was really cool was there's some sockets here for square heads. And I deal, of course, in a lot of square head stuff on old machinery. And I've got some 8-point sockets, but here you go. That's a true square head socket. So anyway, that's kind of neat. And then another little tool here. I think that looks like a little chainsaw tool or something. Would have had a little handle through it, I'm guessing. But anyway, nice little set of miscellaneous tools. I really like the ratchet here. That's really kind of cool. And I'll probably use that, particularly with these square head stuff, because I don't have some 8-point sockets that go up to quite these sizes. So I think that right there will come in handy for doing some restoration work. So anyway, thanks a lot, Bill. And again, we'll put these up and put them to use. All right, so next item here comes from Gordon Melby up in Green Valley, Arizona. And, you know, while we're on the theme of the old antique wrenches and stuff, this is pretty cool. Kind of a monkey wrench looking item, although I don't think this is a true monkey wrench, but it's neat because you got you know, again, for fitting a square head bolt on this side, but then you got kind of a, like for fitting a pipe or something on this side. The handle, you slide it up and down. This is made by made by Bemis and Call out of Springfield, Massachusetts, and is in really, really good condition considering its age. This is a neat thing. I love these old wrenches like this, and anyway, this right here is very nice. I'm looking forward to putting it to use as well. It'll come in handy. This might actually end up at the museum. I think this would look cool down at the sawmill when we're working on stuff to pull out a old antique wrench like this and work on it. So I may actually send that out to the museum and let them use it out there, because it is just such a cool piece. But anyway, thanks a lot again, Gordon. Very nice tool, and we will definitely put that to good use. All right, next one here comes from Ray Sorensen. Ray's a longtime viewer of my channel. I see him commenting all the time. And he's from Spanish Fork, Utah. And Ray contacted me a while back, said he had a CA tool holder, a Loris CA2 tool holder. It was too big to fit on his lathe, and he knew that was the size that I use on the Lodge and Shipley lathe out at the museum. And wanted to find a good home for it. And I promise you, I will definitely find a good home for this, Ray. You know, I've got probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 different tool holders, but you just can't have too many of these things. You can set your different tools up in them and not have to worry about swapping them out all the time. And this one is nice too, because it actually has this little V groove in the bottom. The CA1 tool holder is identical to this, but doesn't have that V groove. But that's great for like putting a boring bar or something like that into there where it will seat in there and kind of hold it parallel to the tool holder itself for holding that round tooling. So it will work with the round or flat tooling. So again, very nice. Thanks a lot, Ray, for sending that along. So this week I got in this right here from my good buddy Adam Booth, A-Bomb 79. Adam actually was helping me out with something. I've been wanting to make the handles for that number 8 tap head that I have, tap handle. I've got the actual stock part, but I don't have the handles. When I got them, it was missing the handles, and I said, well, it looks like a just piece of pipe will go in there. It looks like a pipe fitting up in there. I didn't have actually something to check it with, and so I got a piece of 3/4 inch pipe and tried to go up in there, and it wouldn't fit. And I'm like, well, there's something funky going on here. So I sent Adam a text, and I said, hey, can you check give me some dimensions on this end down here? And Adam said, I'll do better than that. He said, I've got one extra handle for a number 8, and he said, I'm just going to send you the handle. And so he did, and I can tell, you know, this part here is basically the size of a piece of pipe. But then it tapers down and then goes into a straight pipe thread instead of a tapered pipe thread. And this is a little bit smaller than a standard pipe thread. But with this piece that Adam sent, I should be able to get some good measurements and copy this, be able to recreate this taper, and I can make this on the lathe. It's got a real fine knurling on there and a cap on the end. I'm not sure what material this is made out of. I mean, it's light. It almost feels like aluminum, but it's not. I think it must be some light alloy of steel. I'm just going to probably be using a piece of black pipe to make mine out of, because that's what I have available. But I do like the lightness of this, so I don't know. But that's going to be an upcoming project, is making the handles for my tap handle. And I greatly appreciate Adam sending along the spare that he has. You know, like I said, he only had one of them, and I need one for both sides, and they're different lengths, so they're a little bit different on each side, but you'll be seeing that in a future video. So I got a little box in the mail here in the last day or two. This is from Charles Franks in Meridian, Indiana. He sent me a little note. He said he wanted to send me an appreciation gift. Says, while I currently live in Idaho, well, it came from, okay, I said Indiana. That's ID, not IN. So it is Idaho. While I currently live in Idaho, I was born in Montana And whenever I go back, I like to pick up some local made stuff and share it. Anyway, he said he was going to send me something. I'm not going to read the whole letter, but he said he saw everybody who'd been sending me beef jerky. He wanted to send something along those lines, but a little bit different. So don't know what it is. I opened up the box, and okay, so it's starting to look like a repeat of a Tom Lipton episode here. He sent me a wooden box. It's all glued up and sealed up, and no way to open it. So we're going to have to open the box. This should be considerably easier than the welded box that I think Tom got from somebody. So anyway, let's open this up and see what's inside, and we'll share this with everybody. So to break into this box, what I think I'm going to do is I've got this set up on the table saw, and we're just going to basically try to cut the lid off of this thing, and to hopefully protect the inside, because I don't know what's in there. There's something in there, but to do that, what I'm going to do here is we've raised the blade up on the table saw, basically just high enough to be the thickness of this plywood. So I've got the fence set, but you can't get to see that over there. But that's hopefully should be just right there, as high as the piece of plywood is. Then I've got the fence set here, where I'm just going to basically just zip right around this thing. And if all goes well, when we get through the top here, the top should just come right off. So let's see what happens. All right, let's see if we can break into this thing. All right. Montana Territory Wild Huckleberry Cordals. Got a little glue right there. There we go. So, sorry guys. I said I was going to share this with y'all, but I don't know if I want to share it with you or not. Now, you just get to see these. You're not going to get to taste them. We got to try one of these out. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's white chocolate. Ha, I love white chocolate. Mmm. Look at that. That's good. Mmm. As my good buddy says, don't let any of that get on your forehead or your tongue will slap your brains out. Mmm. Good job. Thank you. Those will be enjoyed. I'm going to hide those from the rest of the family. So up next here, I got a couple of boxes that came in from L. Keller, and sorry, I don't know what L stands for. I went back and looked at my emails, and he always just signed it L, the letter L, but he goes by Tooth Fairy, and I believe he's a dentist based on how he signed some of his emails and what have you, but he had some, well, I'll open the boxes and let you guys see what's inside. So we'll zoom you in and let you kind of see what's over here. But he sent me 2 boxes of goodies. Very nicely packed, has shrink wrapping around it. keep everything from going all over the place. And these came in a big FedEx box. These boxes were inside of another box, so kind of double packed. So pull this off. I got a note. All right, so I think I'll just go ahead and read this, and hopefully he won't mind. But it says, Keith Rucker, please accept these meal cutters with much gratitude for the effort you spend in making your YouTube videos available to us viewers. As I stated in my email, learn more from your YouTube in the last year or so than I have learned in 20 plus years of community college courses. Some of the cutters are chipped or broken, but they should all be usable at a reduced feed speed. Use them in good health and pass on to others and any that you cannot use. Regards, and L stands for Leon Keller. DDS, retired, aka Tooth Fairy. PS, could not fit some of the slitting saws in the same package. They will follow. So what Leon has sent me here, as you can see, are a bunch of horizontal milling machine cutters that he packed up very nicely. Good job. These things are easy to tear out of boxes and stuff. So anyway, interesting. This is an interesting one here. Look, it's a cutter, and it's actually been brazed back together. I don't know that I've ever seen that before, but that's interesting. So anyway, as he said, there are some of these have some chips on them, some broken teeth, but that's the nice thing about a horizontal mill cutter, a wheel cutter, is even if you chip a tooth on there, this thing's turning and you got so many cuts per revolution that very often you just can slow the feed rate down and it really doesn't matter. So I'm not sure where he found all these at. There's one there, it's got a couple of broken teeth again, but nice angle there. Not sure where he found all these at, but as I have said in many of my videos, with having a horizontal milling machine, oh, that's a nice slab cutter there, yeah. Having the horizontal mill, anytime I get a chance to pick up these wheel cutters like this, I always do it. Look at that one there's, I guess you can see that. It's got a half round in there, looks like about a 1/2 inch radius. So if you needed to put a nose on something, that'd be a good tool. So that one there's interesting. Looks like a custom grind of some kind. So anyway, this will be very nice to have. I've got a bunch of wheel cutters, but again, it seems like every time a job comes up, you don't ever have the one you need. So this will be really nice to add some more to my collection. And if some of you guys out there have a horizontal mill and are looking for something in particular, shoot me an email. And I've got a lot of duplicates on stuff. Things like this right here. This is just like for cutting a keyway or whatever, and they're pretty. These type are pretty common. I've probably got a bunch of doubles on some of these more standard sizes. And if there's anything in here that I've got multiples of and you're looking for and need it for a project or something, shoot me an email, and if I can pass some of these around to some of you other guys, I will be glad to do so. I've got more stuff here than I will probably ever be able to use. So the box just keeps on going. And, I want to make sure I keep something. That's a nice one. Keep a particular size if I, for a job that may come up, but if I've got multiples of them, I'm glad to share. That one there looks like a custom grind. Looks like it was originally a flat cutter, but now they've got an angle on it to do like a chamfer or something. Kind of neat. We'll go through these and I'll give you a shot of everything unpacked. So this is pretty much the collection that Leon sent along, and there's about 27, 28 just regular mill cutters, and then another, I don't know how many slitting saws of various sizes and whatever over here. But a very nice collection. Got some good useful tools in here, I think. You know, quite honestly, some of these cutters have seen a pretty hard life. But the nice thing about these horizontal wheel cutters and milling cutters is that you can just keep sharpening them and keep using them. And you know, again, even if a tooth or two breaks off of them, there's no reason why you just can't keep on using them. So until they just completely wear out or break beyond repair or what have you. So anyway, this is very nice, and like I said, I'm going to add this to my collection, get all the stuff worked in, and we'll hopefully get a chance to use some of these at some point down the road. Like again, I'm going to say it again, you just can't have too many of these things, because if you get a special job that comes up and you need one of these special cutters and you got to go buy one new, I mean, these things are hundreds of dollars new. And you know, horizontal mills, for good or bad, are considered more or less obsolete in today's machine shop world. So there's just tons of this old tooling sitting around nobody's using, and you know, it's nice to be able to pick some of it up and rescue it, and hopefully be able to put it back into use and get some more good out of these cutters. So thanks a lot, Leon. These will be treasured. These will be used, and we'll try to find a home for some of this stuff that I may not have a need for. So thanks a lot. So the latest craze around the shop seems to be decals, and got a couple of decals from some of my fellow YouTube creators out there that have come in over the last week or two. So first off, you guys may recognize this one. This is Randy Richards in the shop. So Randy is out in California and has a nice little channel where he shows stuff going on in his shop, a lot of machine shop stuff going on there. And Randy's a long time viewer of my channel. I know we comment some back and forth, I guess, on YouTube, and I try to keep track up with what's going on in Randy's shop as well. So I really like Randy's logo. I think he told me his daughter did the artwork on that for him. So very good, very nice decals, Randy, and I appreciate those, and we'll get those put up as well. So and then the next set of decals I got here comes from Ray Cornelia. Ray is also out in California in the Fresno area, and Ray, he went overboard on the decals. We got 4 different types here, and Ray also has a YouTube channel out there, Ray's Garage, and you may recognize his logo as well. And he's got some home machine shop type stuff on there and some other things as well. And you know, I'll be honest with you, I've really just recently, in the last month or two, kind of got turned on to Ray's channel and try to keep track of what's going on over there as well. And he's got some good stuff up on his site too. So if you haven't already, go check these guys out. You know, Ray Cornelia, Ray's Garage, and Randy Richards here. Both of them got some good things going on their channels, and thank you so much for the decals. So the latest craze, I think, amongst all the YouTube machinist guys out there lately has been decals, getting decals made up for your site. And it's kind of funny because I've actually had decals for the vintagemachinery.org website now for actually several years before I even started doing the YouTube videos. And even early on, I sent some guys some of my decals, and you know, and you're seeing them show up on other places, other videos, whatever, when people get them. And I've been getting a lot of requests lately from people asking about where can I get your decals from. And I've been a little bit reluctant to try to hawk decals or shirts or whatever. I don't want the site to look like it's too commercial, or I'm trying to make a buck off everybody. But you guys are asking, and I'm fielding a lot of emails about it. So I'll just tell you, if you want a decal or any other vintagemachinery.org type items, if you go over to my website at vintagemachinery.org, there's a button down there that says it's a store button, and I've actually got an online store where I have all kinds of different vintagemachinery.org items for sale, including decals. We've got embroidered t-shirts and different kinds of shirts and what have you on there as well. And some of you have already found those and been ordering them. Some of you guys probably don't even know it's there. But if you're interested, you can run over there and get them. I just, let's see, when I ordered my first decals, it's probably been 4 or 5 years ago. I ordered, I think, 300 or 400, and here in the last couple of months, I ran out of that initial batch, and then I think I ordered another 100 a couple of months ago, or really not that long ago, and I've already been through those. So I just ordered 300 more, and I actually have changed vendors, and I'm kind of glad. You know, several of you guys have been using stickermule.com, and I went over and checked them out, and their prices were quite honestly ridiculously lower than what I had been paying for the ones I had been getting. And the quality of these I really like. In fact, I think the quality of these may even be a little bit better than what I had before. So, but because the price has dropped what I'm paying for them, I've actually dropped the price on what I'm charging you guys for them. So anyway, if you're interested, you can run over there and purchase some decals. You know, if you're not, don't worry about it. It's not, again, I'm not trying to make a lot of money off this, guys. And I'm almost embarrassed to even stand up here and try to push you in that direction. But, you know, you guys keep asking, so I'm just trying to maybe head that off a little bit. So anyway, the decals are there, as well as some other items as well if you want to run over there and order those. I will tell you, if you order any of the embroidered stuff, and actually I got one of my aprons embroidered here the other day. But if you order any embroidered stuff, the way I do the shirts and the hats and everything that's embroidered is I don't keep all that stuff in stock. There's just too many sizes and all that. And I've got a local vendor here that basically when I get an order, I just say, hey, I need this. They make it up for me, and then I ship it out to you guys. But because of that, there is a little delay in shipping, and sometimes it can take them, depending on how, it's a small shop that does this for me, and it can take them 3 weeks, 4 weeks sometimes to get a small order turned around on me. So just be patient if you do order the embroidered stuff. It will get there, but it may take several weeks. Again, it's not something that I keep those items sitting on a shelf ready to ship out. I just have them made up as the need arises, where I'm not out a bunch of money on those. So anyway, take a look if you want to. If you don't want to, no problem either, guys. So that wraps up another episode of Odds and Ends. As always, I want to thank all you guys, all my subscribers, all my viewers out there for stopping by and taking a peek. And you know, we will get some more stuff up for you on the site just as quick as we possibly can. Thanks a lot.